What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Busy Life Podcast. My name is Julie, and today we are talking about how to live a fulfilling life. I know for a fact that recently I have been feeling, for lack of better words, not good enough. And I don't mean that I'm letting other people dictate my standards or that I'm not pleasing somebody. What I mean is, I don't feel like I am pleasing myself. And I feel like I am meant for more. I feel like there's more in this life that I am meant to do. And there's more people that I am supposed to reach. And I feel stuck. And I feel like I don't know what my next steps are. So you guys know by now that I'm a nerd. I love to read on how to better myself, how to better the people around me, how to empower people rather than tear them down. And I just feel like there's more. I feel like there's a fire inside me that's like a little candle right now, and it's like, "Hey, you can do more." And I want it to be a flame, man. Like I need to do more. So I started doing some research. And there's no perfect answer when you do the research. There's like, hey, this is what studies show. This is what this shows. This is what people do. But it's not going to say, but you need to be doing this. That's just not how this works. But I want to share what I've found so far. And I want to share 10 steps that I have found from knowledgeinstead.edu that I genuinely agree with. And I never share any research that doesn't resonate with me or that I don't think is valid. I always check my sources. I never pull something from just Wikipedia or like a random Google search. I always take it from certified websites, peer-reviewed journals, all the things like that. I will never give you guys any information that I don't believe myself or that is not backed by science. So I've been taking this feeling very seriously. It's funny because a lot of people are like, "What? Like, how do you not feel fulfilled when you literally have a podcast that's meant to help other people and you're a teacher? I mean, oh my God, you're shaping the lives of all these children." I know. And it's not that those things aren't fulfilling to me. I just feel like I am meant for more. And if you feel that way too, it's because you are meant for more. It's because there is more out there that we deserve. And how dare we live in this bubble just because we're comfortable? I mean, we we were not given this life just to sit and go to a 9 to 5 job and then come home and make dinner. You were given this life to live it so that you could live, get out there, meet new people, embrace new challenges that help you grow in more ways than you ever thought. I mean, even thinking back to myself a couple years ago, I never thought I would start this podcast ever. I never thought that I would have an Instagram that is filled with so many people that care about me and that I care about, and people that I've met and reached and talked to, and opportunities that I've been able to do, even in just this year alone. You're meant for so much more than you think you are. And we can't be tied down to whatever we're comfortable with. One of the things that I sit on a lot is how much money I spent on my career, how much money I had to spend to go to school. And that's not even my money. I was very, very fortunate enough to have my parents support me through college. I paid for my master's program. I've paid for my personal training programs. I I get nervous because I keep thinking to myself, I don't want to keep spending money on things and not feel like I'm getting there. But we have to switch our mindset and start thinking, you know what, though? That's another step. This is another step. This is an investment towards us. And as long as we're not being willy nilly about the steps we take, I genuinely believe that no matter what we've done in our lives, it is to help us get ready for the next thing. So let's get into these 10 steps towards a more fulfilling life. And honestly, I think no matter how seriously you take what I'm saying right now, whether you're just like, yeah, like I want a better job, or you're like, no, man, like I I deserve to be the next Oprah Winfrey. I mean, whatever it is that your dream is or your goals are, I promise there is going to be something in these 10 steps that you could be working on and that you will also resonate with. I want to tell you guys my dream as well, real quick. I have a dream to be able to connect with people globally. I have lived in the same town, same state, I should say, not same town, same state my whole life. I've traveled to places within the US, and within the past few years, I've started to travel outside of the US. I used to be so scared of planes. I don't love planes. I still don't think they're my favorite, but I know that I can't live the life I want to live if I don't get on a plane and go places. I've also, again, worked the same 9 to 5 for 7 years. I don't hate it. I do love it, but I feel like I'm worth more than that. So there is a dream inside of me that is starting to build. And I actually sat myself down one day and I was like, you know what? What do you really want? I would love for this podcast to reach so many people. I want it to be as big as like the Mel Robbins podcast that I listen to every week and reach people in over 130 different countries and be able to connect with people all over the world just through a podcast where I get to share my knowledge with you guys that is tried and true and trusted. And I get to meet people and hear stories and expand my life and expand your lives at the same time. I want to be able to go on different talk shows and share what I know with everybody and again meet new people and connect. I I thrive on those connections and empowering people. And I want that. Do I know exactly what that's going to look like? No. But I do know that by speaking it into existence, by beginning the manifestation process, and by taking these steps to make my life feel more fulfilled, I'm going to get there. It might not be till I'm 50. It might be in 10 years. It might be in 2 years. Who knows? But the point is, I refuse to give up on my dreams. We actually have a previous episode here on the Busy Life podcast about dreams, and I highly recommend you give that one a listen if you haven't done so yet. So, number one is identify who you really are. To live an authentic life, you must first identify what it really means to be you. The key is to realize that everything you do in the outer world begins in your inner world. When you discover your purpose and what makes you feel most alive, you can make wise choices and changes. Okay? So when I identify who I really am, I I would say what I just said, that I'm the kind of person that wants to empower others. I want to fill others' cups. I want other people to feel like they are welcomed and loved around me. And I am the kind of person that expects the same back. I have high expectations for myself and for others. I'm the kind of person who cares about the little things because to me, the little things matter more than the big things. And I'm the kind of person who, at the end of the day, will always make sure that I've done something to care for myself and to make sure that the people around me, even if it's the tiniest thing, feel a little bit of love, if not a lot of love. So that's who I am. And I want you guys to take a second now to write down who you are. Again, what matters to you? What are some choices that you make in your inner world that make your outer world a better place? And start there. Number 2, it says, let go of unpleasant experiences. I know this one is so hard. And as somebody who has anxiety, I hate it when people are like, oh, just let it go. Oh, just don't worry about it. Listen, if I could, we wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be talking to the person and saying, oh, I can't do it. I'm stuck. This is bothering me. If I could have just let it go. So I'm curious to see what this one says. This one says, often the only real obstacle in your path to fulfilling your life is your past. You need to work through all the hurt and disappointment and let go of any unpleasant experiences that are affecting your present behavior. Ooh, I'm going to read that again. You need to work through all the hurt and disappointment and let go of any unpleasant experiences that are affecting your present behavior. I love that. Understanding the things that hold you back will enable you to move forward and make a conscious effort to act differently in the future. I know we can do that, guys. I have had a pretty rough start to my school year this year so far. And if I constantly come in the door every day thinking about all the things that have been hard, I'm just going to be dragging myself further and further to the ground. I got to let it go. I got to move on. When people want to talk about it and they want to vent about the things that are dragging me down, I got to tell them, like, look, I don't have the energy for that right now. Or, hey, you know what? I've got something else I want to do, and move on. You have to detach from the things that are in your past that do not serve you anymore. Okay? If I can do it, you can do it, and we can do it together. The third one is practice empathy and compassion. Everyone deserves meaning, fulfillment, and security, even if it's expressed in different ways. It is therefore important to get out of our narcissistic bubble and appreciate life from another person's point of view. One way to express empathy and compassion is through kind deeds. Kindness begets kindness, and there is no way to grow other than to help others grow. Yes, preach. I completely agree with that. That's what I just said. I feel a sense of fulfillment when I have helped others. I think that is why my passion in life is to connect with people, because my passion is to teach and to help. That's why I have this podcast. That's why I'm a trainer. That's why I'm a teacher. I love being able to help people become the best version of themselves, because at the end of the day, that helps me become the best version of myself too. 100%, I preach to this one. Practice empathy and compassion. Spread kindness. Okay. I have an episode 2 also here that's called kindness, kill them with kindness. Again, listen to that. This article is speaking to me, guys. Oh my God. And the number 4 says, take care of yourself first. Guys, I need to find out who wrote this, or who the group of people are that wrote this, because I'm feeling such a connection to this right now. This feels so, like, what's the word for it? Like, synchronized. And it feels like I was meant to find this article. Oh, I love this. Okay, number 4, take care of yourself first. It is difficult to live a full life when you are in poor health. Self-care involves looking after your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. When you are able to take good care of yourself, it is much easier to support and care for others. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Done. Rewind that and listen to it again. Yes. Number 5. Find meaning at work. I feel like this is the one that a lot of people struggle with. I get a lot of complaints about people who are unhappy at work. Or, like I said myself, I've had a really rough year so far at work, and it's gotten a lot better. But man, going to work in the morning these past few months has not been easy. And if we can't find that meaning at work, you're dragging and you're stuck. This says, as we spend a lot of time at work, it is crucial to find a job that you feel passionate about and that best fits you and where you are in your life. Feeling bored or unsatisfied at work is a sign that change is needed. Boom. Feeling bored or unsatisfied at work is a sign that change is needed. If you can determine the root of your unhappiness, you will know what action needs to be taken so that you can spend your time and energy on work that you enjoy. Okay, remember that comment I made earlier about spending all this money on a career? Yeah. I can see if you are thinking the same thing. Because if you are bored or unsatisfied at work and you know a change needs to occur and you have these hesitations about, but what if I disappoint my parents? What if I disappoint my spouse? What if I disappoint myself? What if it was a waste? What if I just threw $80,000 down the toilet? I get it. I still think it's worth it. I think if you go back to step one, you identify who you really are. What are your values? What matters to you? Maybe you don't need an immediate career change, but maybe you need a location change. Like for us teachers, maybe it's the school you're at. You can maybe even narrow it down even more. Maybe it's the grade level you work with. If you're in an office building, maybe it's your department. Maybe you need a new department to work for. If you're a personal trainer, maybe it's the clients you're training. Maybe it's the gym you work at. Try to figure out what exactly it is that bothers you and see if you can find it elsewhere before you make that large step to changing the career. If you know that it's a career change, then I'm going to say this. Don't let the money bother you. It's, that's crazy that I'm saying that because I've been in a big, guys, there was a large chunk of time when I was 1000% living paycheck to paycheck. And I just recently have not been living that life. And knock on wood, let's hope it stays the same and gets better. And I wish that for you too. But I promise you that the money will come and go. And if you trust and believe that it'll get better, it will get better. And the money will not be a problem. That is so much easier said than done. And I am not a financial advisor. And I 100% recommend that if you do struggle with your finances, before you make any changes, you talk to a financial advisor. But as your friend, I'm telling you, if it's worth it to you, it's worth it. Period. Let's move on to number 6. Be selective about your relationships. Humans are social beings, hardwired for connection. However, you need to be selective about these connections. Let go of draining relationships with negative, dishonest, or overly critical people, as well as people who don't respect you or prevent you from growing. At the end of the day, you want to spend time with people who energize and encourage you. Yes. I saw a picture on Instagram. It was one of those beautiful quote pictures that said, "You are the CEO of your life and your relationships. You get to decide who to hire, who to fire, and who to promote and who to demote." You get to decide it. Honestly, it can get really deep because I know a lot of people who have family members that they struggle to maintain healthy relationships with. And you think to yourself, oh my God, but that's my mom. That's my dad. That's my sister. I can't do that. If you need to, you need to. It doesn't mean you don't love the person. Maybe it's even your best friend. Maybe you and your best friend recently have just not been on the same page. Maybe you don't need to fire her, but you need to demote her for a bit. Maybe somebody else has really been showing up and you're not giving them enough credit, and it's time to promote this person. Maybe you've just met somebody that really fills your cup and makes you feel good. Hire them. Or maybe you've met somebody that is 1000% a battery drainer. Fire them. Do not include them in your life. You are the CEO of your relationships, and it's time you start acting like one, because otherwise your life is going to be spent not fulfilling your own dreams, but fulfilling theirs. And you will start to feel more like their life is starting to matter more than yours because you're paying more attention to their life than yours. And we can't let that happen. Number 7, never stop learning. I 100% agree with that. Life is a process of continuous learning. The moment you stop learning, you are dead. That was so blunt. There is always something new to discover. You just need to get out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. I know how scary that is. I am thinking back to this summer when I got a job as the program coordinator for our summer school. Woo, that was a entire learning process, and it was hard and a lot of work on top of also working as a teacher during the year because you had to start the job during the school year before the summer so that you were ready before the summer happened. It was not easy. It was very hard. Um and there was so many new things I needed to learn. I needed to learn new programs. I needed to learn kids' names. I needed to learn this. I needed to learn that. I needed to learn how to order materials. I mean, it was exhausting. I was 100% out of my comfort zone, and I was considered to be in an admin role, actually, which is not something I'm used to. But I embraced it, and it ended up being a really good summer, and I learned a lot, and I'm open to doing it again. 100% never stop learning. My mom says this too, and she also works at a school, and she is in her 60s. She says that when she goes to school every day, there is always something new that the kids are teaching her. She doesn't have the mindset of, oh, but I'm the adult here. I need to be only the one teaching. Mm-mm. You learn something new every day. So do not stop learning and do not let the fear of getting out of your comfort zone stop you from learning. Number 8, seek help and guidance from professionals. Coaches or psychotherapists can give you guidance on this journey. These professionals can help you become mindful of your patterns and behaviors. They will challenge your fears, unlock your potential, and guide you to experience feelings of personal worth, purpose, and richness in life. Yes. I have a therapist. I've talked about that on here before, and I love my therapist. She has helped me unlayer all of these things that I didn't even know were layers, guys. I am not a therapist. I am a certified personal trainer. I'm a teacher. I'm a certified nutrition coach and women's health and fitness specialist. But get a life coach if you want. Start working with a therapist. Just because you need professional support doesn't mean that you're stupid. It doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means that you are smart and that you are reaching out to the professionals because you care about this process and you want to ensure that you're doing it the right way and that you know that you deserve the help and the guidance. Nobody decided, you know what, I'm going to build a car and then build it and was done with it in a day and they finished it. Absolutely not. Everything we've learned in life, we've been taught, whether it's conscious or subconsciously. You've been taught things. You've had coaches. You've had teachers. You've had leaders in your life. You've had parents. You've had guardians. You've had things in your life and people in your life who have guided you. Why not let them guide you now, too? Sometimes my therapy sessions are just me venting because it's been a rough day. Sometimes it's me saying, you know what, I really need help with this situation. I want to make sure I handle it properly, but I need to talk it out first. That works too. Always get the help and guidance that you deserve. However, you won't get it if you don't ask for it. So don't be afraid to reach out for help. Oh, I like this one. And this is perfect for the holiday season right now. Give generously to others. Oh, this is a quote. It says, a life directed chiefly towards the fulfillment of personal desires will only lead to bitter disappointment. Mm. True fulfillment entails taking responsibility for the happiness of others by contributing to improving the world. Generosity also has beneficial side effects, both mentally and physiologically. Giving to others increases your self esteem and improves your happiness, and has also been proven to lower your blood pressure and help you live a longer life. I do want to say that you do not need to be responsible for somebody's happiness. However, if it's somebody you care about and you've noticed that they are not happy, I do think you can make it a responsibility to try to help them. You do not have to fix them. You are not responsible for fixing your friend if she's depressed, but you should definitely try to do something to help her not be so depressed. You are not responsible for curing your friend after she went through a breakup, but it wouldn't hurt if you went over and you brought her some ice cream and you hung out with her for a bit. You're not responsible for making somebody happy after they've just gone through a traumatic event, but you 1000% should be there for them and show up and show them that you care. Give as much as you can, but go back to number 4 as well. And don't forget to give to yourself and take care of yourself first, because you cannot take care of other people if you do not take care of yourself. All right, we made it to number 10. And if you are a frequent listener of the Busy Life podcast, this one will not surprise you. Practice gratitude. Finally, to lead a fulfilling life, acknowledge the good that you already have in your life. The benefits of expressing gratitude include improved relationships, physical and emotional health, sleeping habits, mental stamina, energy, and overall happiness. Being grateful is one of the simplest and most powerful things you can do. Guys, it's as simple as that. We absolutely deserve more. We 100% deserve to be able to live the life that we want to live. And we 100% deserve to grow and to thrive and to go through all the things that will make us the best version of us that we can be. But if you complain the entire time, you will not get there. I can guarantee that. One thing I really do not enjoy about certain people that I work with and have worked with in the past, I should say, not that I currently work with, but from other work environments that I've left, was because it was a constant complaining fest. So this is a perfect example of how I knew I needed more fulfillment in my life 4 years ago. I used to work at a school that was just, the vibe was so negative and it was just not fun and nobody enjoyed it and staff were leaving all the time and it sucked. Take yourself out of that and start being grateful for what you have. So I moved to a new school and now I'm grateful for the team I get to work with, for the other staff that I get to work with, for the kids I get to work with. Yes, I want more, but I am grateful. I am so grateful for the opportunities I've had to learn from. And when it comes to this podcast, I want it to go global. I want it to go worldwide. But I am so grateful for those of you who keep coming back every Friday or whatever day it is that you listen. And you give me all the amazing feedback and you give me the 5 stars and the ratings and the comments. It is so amazing to see the connections that we've been able to build. I am so, so grateful. This is another common one. A lot of people want to change their bodies. Sometimes not for the best reason. I want to be the strongest version of myself that I have ever been. And I keep proving to myself day after day that I'm getting there. And that every day I am there because I am stronger than I was the day before. And so while I have these goals to keep going, I still am grateful for where I am right now. And I think that if we can take these 10 steps, we will 100% look back no matter how long it takes. I can't promise you it's going to happen super quickly. I can't promise you that you can do all these 10 things tomorrow. But I can promise you that if you put in the work, you will be able to look back and be so damn proud that you started. So I want you guys to sit down for a minute, either alone, with your partner, with a friend, and genuinely think, am I happy in my life? What matters to me? How can I give back? And what do I need to do next? I'm going to do the same thing. I'll come back here and share everything with you guys. I always do. I love being on here and being able to connect with you guys. And I'm ready to live a more fulfilling life. You are never too old. You're never too young. There is no correct time to do it. You just have to do it. It's as simple as that. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys next time.